Hope means something different to every single one of us. And today I just kind of wanted to take this opportunity to tell you what it means to me and how I got involved and what exactly that has to do with Mr. Gress and Officer Tomlinson and Mr. McCutcheon and I standing up here and urging each of you guys to make good decisions, because for a long time the hope for me was actually one of the acronyms that you guys showed me last year, and it was just hold on, pain ends. I have a lot of really unique and tragic circumstances, both growing up and through my adult years, and hope has helped a lot with all of that. But thanks to the lessons I've been able to learn from those experiences and situations, my idea of hope has actually shifted a little bit too. And now it goes more in line with a quote from one of my favorite movies. It says, "Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies." And the reason that I really embraced this quote and this idea of hope is because I learned very much like Mr. McCutcheon and Mr. Gress and Officer Tomlinson, and probably a lot of you, that life is fragile and sometimes people do die. I would like to introduce you guys to my older brother. His name is Eric, and he was killed when he was 27 years old by a drunk driver. I decided today, after thinking about the events of last weekend and just having been a teenager myself, that I was going to change the story a little bit. I don't want to tell you guys about the horrific accident, considering he was on a motorcycle and it was a Ford Expedition that hit him. I don't want to make it about the fact that my family has been irreparably damaged, and there was a lot of challenges that faced, because I think that instead of focusing on his death, I really just kind of want to tell you guys a little bit about his life, because that's the part that matters. And I'm not exactly sure when he died that he knew how much his life mattered to. There's a lot going on that probably left him without hope. So my message is more in honor of his life. I spent a lot of time thinking about him, actually, and a lot of funny stories, and I look at pictures. I wish he could meet my son, who is his nephew, and I really wish he could be here for his little girl. She's 9 now. Sometimes I cry, I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of times I smile and I hang on to those happy memories, because I'm pretty sure that's how he would want me to be. One of my favorite stories was when he broke up with one of his girlfriends, and she had his name tattooed on her back. And I said, in the most supportive little sister way, what's she gonna do with that? And he very matter-of-factly just looked at me and said, "I'll give her some money, she could add 3 letters, it'll say America." So that's one of my favorite stories, because it always reminds me of his sense of humor and his sarcasm, which was never quite a match for my own. But he was always a big tough guy. He was almost 7 feet tall. He shaved his head. He was covered in tattoos. He really identified with that, rough persona. But at the end of the day, he was a huge teddy bear. He was, my biggest tormentor, but he was also my biggest supporter. And he did a lot to toughen me up when I was little, and I'm very grateful for that. It's interesting that he's been gone for 6 years, and he's still somehow able to teach me lessons. This is such a great opportunity for me to talk to you guys, not only to celebrate his life and to help you understand the importance of making good decisions, but because there's a lot that can come from that message. He was with me through so many milestones growing up. He was there when I sighted in my rifle for my first hunting season. He taught me how to change my own oil and rebuild carburetors and a lot of really important things that I don't actually use anymore. But one of my favorite visuals actually was my wedding day. If you can imagine my mechanic biker brother hot gluing little rhinestones on my veil the morning of my wedding. That was actually one of my favorite days. Both of these pictures are from my wedding, and that's his little girl. And he actually pulled me aside that day and he said, you know, I know that your last name is changing today, but you're always going to be the little Dibble, and you'll always be my little sister. And it was probably one of the nicest things he ever said to me, but it was actually something that I've held on to because just like hope, love never dies. And I am grateful to have this opportunity to express both the lessons of hope and love that I got from my brother. Because he left a legacy. He did have a child and he impacted a lot of lives. So these next pictures I wanted to share with you are actually of his daughter and my son. She's 9 now, like I said, and Ian just turned 2. And they do have their own hope shirts, if you notice. But it's really hard for me to know that she doesn't have a dad and that he will never get to know his Uncle Eric. But it's even harder for me to understand that one day, both of them will be sitting in an auditorium like this, and they're going to be faced with the same really difficult decisions that you guys are faced with. And I don't really have any more control over, you know, the decisions that they make than I do over the decisions that you guys make every day. But I can encourage them, and I think that by embracing hope and reminding them that they matter, just like every single person in this room matters, that I can help them choose the best decisions they can. One thing that is hard to really understand until something like this happens is that every person is powerful beyond belief. You guys, through your decisions and your interactions with every person, whether it's Mr. Gress or Ms. Malago or the kid sitting next to you, we all have this amazing ability to impact others, but we have a choice how we impact those people. We can impact them in a positive way, and we can help them and show kindness and give them hope, which is what you guys taught me last year. Or we can choose to make more destructive decisions and impact them in ways that we may never know. Like Trooper Tomlinson and Mr. McCutcheon said, I don't know if any of us wants to know what it's like to be that person who caused that sort of destruction in anybody's lives. But I do know that I believe in you guys and that I've seen you do such amazing and remarkable things. So I really want to take this opportunity to make it clear that there are a whole lot of individuals in this room right now who make really good decisions all the time. And, you know, some of you might even be sitting here saying, why am I here? I've never done any of this stuff, and I know people do stupid stuff, but that's not me. And if you're one of those people, I just want to say thank you. And I want to encourage you to keep making those good decisions, because that makes all the difference in the world. And if you're not one of those people, and you've made decisions that you're not proud of, you have an opportunity. Every single day is a choice. So if you feel that, you know, you've made decisions in the past that have impacted people, it's not too late. You're all capable of more than you'll probably ever imagine. And in honor of, you know, those 2 little kids and the opportunity that I have to work with all of you, I just want to say that, you know, the message doesn't always have to be, don't drink and drive, which is a very important message. Bad things really do happen. And I know that when the Hope movement got started, a lot of people were like, oh, that's just fluff. You can't be happy all the time. You can't just make positive choices all the time. And I agree with that. Bad stuff happens to all of us, and we all have difficult decisions to make. But we really do get to choose how we go from there and how we choose to impact other people. So I would like to thank you for this opportunity and just leave you with a final thought. Because I really do think that once you choose hope, anything's possible. And I can't wait to see the great things that come from you guys. And I hope the next time we all get together, it's to celebrate your accomplishments and all of the great things that you're doing. Because as many bad things have happened and negative press, it's all completely possible for you guys to make good decisions that are going to turn that around. And I can't wait to see it happen. So thank you.